Hi, I'm Matt Thompson. I'm the executive producer of Archer.
And I'm Casey Willis. I'm the co-executive producer.
How are you guys?
Who's your favorite actor to work with?
My favorite by far is Judy Greer. She is
Who is that boy?
Did you hear that? Who was that boy?
All right, who books your guest stars, and can you tell us?
It's me and Casey. We just call people up.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to be on the show? Do you like money?
We actually have a list of people who want to be on the show, and we just need to get
to something that's good enough.
Because we want to use them correctly.
Right.
You know, we just Kristyn Slater actually wanted to be on the show for quite a while, and it wasn't until
we were like, you're really cool. We want to wait until we have something for you.
Yeah, and it's awesome now to have people who want to be on the show, and then like recording Kristyn Slater, he had so much knowledge about the show. That was really cool. He had a line, and he goes, "Oh man, that was such a Krieger line." I was like, "That's really cool. This guy's a fan of the show."
It was.
But yeah. It's pretty great to have some.
It's great. We've been making cartoons for a long time, and like our other shows, you would call people and ask them to be on it, and they would just like hang up on you. They're like, "How did you get this number?" And now they may not be on the show. They might be too busy or something like that.
Possible list.
There's a lot of people on our list of people that we want to get on the show, but it's like it just depends on if the character is something that fits somebody correctly. Like, two things happened this season that I think is really interesting. One, Adam said he'd never wanted to see and meet Pam's sister. You know, there's a trope in sitcoms. There's always like you talk about the terrible person. Norm's wife on Cheers was that wife of mine. Oh, how was your wife, Norm? And I think Pam's sister was a little bit like that. We never want to see her. But then we were at an award show, and we got to talking to Allison Tolman, and and she was like so cool. And then we were like, you know what? If anybody would be Pam's sister, then it wasn't until we actually started talking to her and thinking that she was kind of perfect for it that we decided to create the character.
Yeah.
And the same thing happened before we wrote an episode this season for a Pakistani intelligence agent. Before we wrote the episode, we asked the actor if he would do it before we wrote it because we didn't want to do it if he wasn't going to be in it.
Right, and that's Kumail Nanjiani.
Yeah.
From Silicon Valley.
So frequently, we will, if we want to do something, we want to make sure the way that we're hearing it in our heads that it's going to be that way before it actually gets written. And I know that happened twice this season.
Yeah, and they turned out to be great episodes too.
You're not all always in the same room together, so how does that work in terms of what episodes you're going to write, who you're going to write them for? Do you just call up Adam Reed and say, yo, you're going to write this for this person?
Adam calls us.
Yeah.
And he says, like, look, I'm thinking about so-and-so, give him a call. Mm-hmm. Or else he's like, who do you think should be this? And we'll sit around and talk about it for a second. But it's rare these days that if we do want somebody to be in it that they say no. Or else that they do say no, it's usually because they're busy. But it's going pretty okay.
Yeah.
So when you have all these guest stars that are or people that are interested in being guest stars on the show, you normally do you create kind of a character for them, or do you just naturally come up with a character and you're like,
it goes a little bit of both ways, which is frequently we will have episodes that just somebody might have 10 or 12 lines on it, and we're like, oh, we've been meaning to get work this person in, that kind of thing. I can't think of anybody that's happened for this season.
No, I can't.
Right now.
No.
But we're still working on it.
Right, but then this season it's all been written for the people that became the guest star. And then in the past, last year, Gary Cole's character was written for him. Yeah. So it's becoming more and more the norm that is written for a specific actor.
So, like, if that actor couldn't partake in the part, you probably wouldn't.
We might not do that episode.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's it been like for you guys to witness the uprise of like the fandom for this show? Because I mean, it's just become bigger and bigger at every convention that I've seen.
It's one of those shows that its ratings are good, but they're not amazing, right? But what you do have is a very vociferous, very loyal group of following that follow the show and that really care about it and stuff. And it's really interesting and fun to see because those are always the types of people that are going to dress up and stuff. And we're frequently at one comic book convention in Atlanta where we make the show,
Dragon Con,
we will just impromptu guess like Archer costume contests or stuff like that. And that's always really interesting to see. And it's usually, my favorite part is usually the men that dress up as Pam.
Sure.
That's always like my favorite thing.
One year, there's a very famous comic book artist named Adam Hughes, and he dressed up as probably the best Pam I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, he's great. He's also like super talented, and then he like dressed up as Pam. I was like, nice work.
Yeah. I like when they dress up as the more obscure characters. Like, we always see a lot of Krieger and his hologram bride.
Hologram bride, yeah.
Pretty great.
Yeah.
Pretty great.
Just, a comic book convention where somebody gets to dress up as a little anime character. Who'd have thunk it?
I don't know.
I wanted to ask this before when Flucky was over here. What's the deal with Krieger and his hologram bride? Because at first it seems like nobody ever acknowledges her, and then in the last
she gets named this year.
Does.
Yeah, she's gonna
get a name.
Yeah.
So like even in the scripts, for all this time, she's just referred to as hologram bride, but she's actually going to get a name. Do we say it out loud? No, do we say it out loud in the episode?
I don't think we ever say it.
I don't know if we say it.
I don't know if we ever say it.
She has a name now. I can't think of the name though.
It's Mitsuko.
Mitsuko?
Yeah, I think so.
She finally gets a name. She's getting up a step.
That I'm gonna pull them.
Cool.
Thank you.
Okay, guys.
Thank you so much.
Jealous of you.